Until now, every POV camera that I've tried has had too many deal-breaking limitations. It was either too big, the battery dies too quickly, or it's terrible in low-light footage, or the daytime footage just looks too amateur. The new Insta360 Go Ultra is the first one that doesn't make too many compromises on critical features. But here's what you need to know before you buy one. While it solves most of the POV camera problems, it creates one new challenge that might matter to you. Let me show you what I mean. This video is sponsored by Insta360. If you're not familiar with the Insta360 Go cameras, here's the concept. They're waterproof cameras that are roughly the size of your thumb, and they're meant to be used to shoot hands-free POV footage. You can mount it magnetically on its own, or drop it into this little action pod that gives you a flip-up touchscreen and makes it look more like a traditional action camera. But one important thing to know is that the action pod is just splash-proof, so don't stick it underwater. It's the camera itself that's waterproof to 10 meters. Oh, and despite its name, these are not 360 cameras. They shoot regular flat video. So what's new on the Go Ultra compared to the Go 3S? Well, the Go Ultra finally shoots 4K at 60 frames per second, which is the highest resolution of any Go camera. The original was stuck at 1080p, and we've seen gradual improvements since then. And honestly, for a camera of this size, 4K 60 is exactly what I need. I don't envision needing 5K or 8K from something this small. You know, the more I've been shooting with this camera, the more I've been appreciating the 4K 60 frames per second resolution. When you shoot in 4K 60, it's basically capturing double the frame rates that you would if you were shooting in 4K 30. And so that's really nice for creating a little bit of motion blur for your fast-moving subjects or your action scenes. The other thing about shooting in 4K 60 is that, again, if you're shooting or editing, I guess, on a 30 frames per second timeline, you can slow down your 4K 60 footage by about 50%. And so, I mean, you can shoot slow motion within the camera, but it is capped at 2.7K resolution. So that can be a really nice option if you need higher resolution slow-mo from this camera. The Ultra's Action Pod also has more or less the same layout as the Go 3S. But the video preview and the flip-up display looks much sharper and crisper, and there's far less of a lag. Compared to the Go 3S, the Go Ultra feels smoother in my use. The Go Ultra also has a new processor that includes an AI chip, which enables an ambient light sensor and 4K active HDR mode. The HDR helps balance exposure in challenging lighting conditions, which is crucial for POV shooting when you can't always control the lighting in your environment. The low-light performance on the Go Ultra also gets a major boost with the new Pure Video mode. This is Insta360's unique low-light shooting mode that's also on their X5 360 camera and the Ace Pro action cameras. Basically, when you're shooting in this mode, you can push the lighting conditions way more than you could for a camera of this size. The results from such a small sensor are genuinely impressive in low light. You get cleaner footage, better brightness, and more dynamic range, even when the lights get dim. The field of view, or FOV, on the Go Ultra has also expanded from 150 to 156 degrees. Now, 6 degrees might not sound like much, but when it comes to POV work, capturing more of what you actually see makes a real difference. You want to capture as much visual information as you can without the distortion that comes from going too wide. And I think the Go Ultra does a pretty good job of this. I don't know if it's just me, but riding these things, it's so fun, but it's also kind of scary. Anyway, one of the reasons why I like to use POV cameras is to show my filming setup. So I'll go ahead and show it to you right now. It's actually kind of funny because I brought a tripod, but I forgot to bring the tripod adapter to put my phone on it. So I'm doing like a little makeshift setup, which is actually working right now. But anyway, this is what it looks like to actually use this POV camera when it's attached to your hat. But it's really nice having that POV perspective. And this particular mount, I can actually tilt it down like that. And I can, when I'm not filming, or if I want to film the sky, I can snap it up like that. And it's magnetic, so I can actually pull the camera off and then just keep this clip here for whenever I want to put the camera on it. Now this is a huge upgrade I've been waiting for. Removable storage. Every other Go camera has built-in memory, which sounds convenient until it fills up and then you're stuck. You can't film anymore. The Go Ultra takes micro SD memory cards, so you can swap them out or expand your storage as needed. So this makes this camera actually viable for longer shoots and more professional work. To go along with that, the battery life on the Go Ultra has nearly doubled. The camera alone runs for 70 minutes versus 38 minutes on the Go 3S. In the Action Pod, you get 200 minutes compared to 140 minutes. Fast charging is also included. The Go Ultra camera charges completely in 12 minutes, and both the camera and the pod in 18 minutes. The Go 3S takes a lot longer. So I did want to acknowledge that Insta360 did release some brand new mounts to go along with the Go Ultra, and I like them a lot. One of the mounts is this quick release here. So it's highly inspired by the Peak design little anchors. So you have these anchors that you attach to. You can do it to the Action Pod itself, or you can actually attach it to the outside of the physical camera. This I really like because if I'm going to be just filming with this camera, I can now attach the little quick release and automatically have a wrist strap. And then when I want to release it, I can very easily put it on the actual mount. So this is one of the newer accessories that I'm really liking that came out for this camera. Another one is, it's like a little remote control that goes on your finger. So it's like a ring remote control, and it is very, very tiny and discreet. This could come in really handy when you're riding a bike or when your hands are full and you can't grab the Action Pod. You could just tap on the ring to start and stop recording. Also, this is really great for making sure that you don't lose the camera when it's in the Action Pod, but this camera can also be found with Apple Find My app. So I use that all the time to find my iPhone if I've misplaced it somewhere, or if my MacBook is somewhere, I don't know where it is. So it's really nice to be able to use that feature to find this camera if it goes missing. So these are all good features, but here's a pretty big trade-off. The Go Ultra is quite a bit larger and heavier compared to the Go 3S and previous Go cameras. At 53 grams versus 39 grams, it's still relatively compact and lightweight, but the Ultra has lost a little bit of that fun-sized quality that made previous Go cameras so appealing. And the price reflects this change too. I notice the weight a lot whenever I'm trying to put it on my head using that hat mount. It really pulls down the front of my hat, and it makes it pretty hard to stabilize. So you have to pick your mounts really carefully, knowing that this camera just weighs a little bit more than previous ones. So which one is best for you really comes down to your priorities. If you want more professional level features like 4K 60, solid low light performance, removable storage, longer battery life with fast charging, then the Go Ultra really delivers. But you'll sacrifice the ultra compact form factor. But if you need the smallest, lightest, most affordable option, then the Go 3 or the Go 3S might still make sense. So I think that the Go Ultra represents a shift for this camera line. It's no longer just a fun, casual gadget. It's becoming more of a legitimate tool for content creators and professionals who might need reliable POV footage. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you've tried either of these cameras, if you want to, and what you think about these little mini cameras in general, because they really are unique. And I do think that Insta360 has carved out a really interesting niche by focusing on this style of camera. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.